Welcome, my friends. I'm Jim Tolles. I want to talk about body spasms and Kriyas. This is an interesting niche topic on the spiritual path. And it's one that I've talked to more than a few people about in the last 13 years. Before I really get into the topic, as always, I want to remind you about spiritualawakeningprocess.com. And obviously, this YouTube channel has quite a few videos as well. And I do classes, community work, and one-on-one sessions. You can find out more about that by signing up for the free newsletter. Also, before we get going, this is not medical advice. This is not psychiatric or psychological advice. This is observation. And whenever you have any concerns about your body and your health, I do strongly encourage you to find licensed and trained support. As people discover themselves, things start to let go. And sometimes people are surprised how physiological the letting go process is. And it really is, that our deepest held attachments are in the body. I'm often asked, how do you know when something is done, when an attachment is over? And it's typically the body that tells us, because we simply don't do the behavior patterns we once did. And the body is at rest. But on that path, we find that we are deeply entrenched in certain ways of feeling our physical bodies, in certain ways of living in our physical bodies. And we've been practicing it for a long time. As we stop practicing those patterns, we don't stop practicing all at once. And what does that mean? It's like some parts of us start to let go, and others keep holding on. And that creates this internal friction between the part that wants to let go and the part that's still holding on. And you start to see people making all sorts of jitters, shakes, trembles, jerks. And again, as we're going into this topic, we don't want to count out things like seizures in actual physiological problems, and that's why we use Western medicine and other important tools to make sure that you are cared for. This is about care. And we shouldn't get stuck in spiritual ideologies that just want to believe that this is some sort of special process. In fact, all surrender does on this path is you accept that you are here now and you are in a body, and if your body is doing something, there's a reason why. And the reason is not usually magical or mystical. And we have to really let this idea of energy drop out of our brains. Instead, I encourage all of you to think of energy as a placeholder word. You say energy, what you're really saying is I'm having sensations and experiences I don't really understand. The body holds tensions. When those tensions start to let go, we can have physical movements and changes in how we feel. When we fully let go, that should resolve. The body should not continue to jerk and tremble and whatnot. I don't know the etymology of the word Kriya, K-R-I-Y-A, but that is a term that some of you may be familiar with in spiritual circles that speaks to these jerks and trembles and shifts of the body. But let me make this really simple, that these sorts of body spasms are, again, a physiological releasing process. It's the body letting go of old tensions. It's necessary and healthy for your body to come to rest. And part of what a lot of you will find out is your body has not been at rest for years, decades, most of your life. And that's a humbling thing. And for many people, they will start to be remembering things as they go through these jerks and trembles and shakes. And the mind needs to have been prepared to receive that information, to integrate that information, to remember why things got shut down. And this leads to a really big point. Well, I can't say categorically that anyone who ever has body spasms, Kriyas, or whatever term we want to use. I created an acronym years ago, involuntary contractions of muscles or something that I put on my blog. But as far as anybody who's ever really engaged with me, we've done inquiry. And again, this is coming from 13 years of working experience as a spiritual teacher. This isn't a snap decision. But again and again, what it is major trauma. The body is trying to release major traumas. And for those of you where that trauma is repressed, this can be particularly shocking. For those who already know about it, it can be frustrating because perhaps you're hoping the spiritual path would allow you to avoid this. Spiritual path and surrender is just accepting what is. That's it. Just accept where you are. When you accept where you are, you can engage with this. You can find more support to help the traumatized parts of your body let go of the tensions, remember what you need to remember, and to be resolved. Creating spiritual ideas to make yourself feel special or to avoid parts of this will not help you. These body shakes and trembles should have happened in the traumatizing event or events, and you would have been done. In a healthier world, people would have known that about you, they would have taught that to you, and then several days or weeks after whatever happened to you or had multiple times happened, you would be done. You would not be sitting here watching this video. In an even healthier society, you would not have been traumatized in the first place. But we are where we are, and we have to accept that. And that, again, is surrender. That is why this path is so powerful and so necessary right now. As people are in so much resistance and so much delusion that they don't do what is necessary. So what is necessary to resolve these body spasms, kriyas, whatever word we want to call it? Breathe, come back to awareness. Find therapeutic support. Allow your body the space to move while breathing and coming back to awareness so that you don't end up fueling these movements. Let go of ideas of specialness. Let go of resistance to what is happening. If it feels really overwhelming, find more support. Support groups can be really, really pivotal if they understand. I know that can be challenging. This is not a spiritual bypass. This is not a special set of skills. This is just the body saying, I want to let go. Let me let go. Stop holding on to these memories in me. That's what these body spasms and kriyas are. And I, again, have watched this for years. Please don't leave a comment down in the YouTube channel below and say, oh, well, this isn't me. I don't have trauma. Because again and again, that's been what it is. It's the simple reality of the body holds onto memories when it's scared, right? This is the freeze mode. This is that I'm not safe mode, holding on for dear life. It's not doing that without good reason. And the good news is that you can do it. Whatever the body is holding on to, it's creating this sort of internal friction between parts letting go and parts holding down. It can be let go of. And if temporarily some of these other words around Shakti rising and energy moving, if they help you to let go, fine. I'm a pragmatist. But let's be clear. It's not a special experience that's coming to you. It's a necessary release so that your body can be at rest, so that your mind and heart can be at rest. And will there be moments of euphoria and big shifts internally? Yes. These big relief moments are part of how you're started rebalancing, and then they even out. We don't go seeking them again. They even out because you're at rest. It is work, but it's work that you can do. If you have further questions, there's a blog post that I'll also have down in the description, and I welcome your comments. Please share this video with others because it's a really important one. People need to get the right help, and they need to understand that their body's telling them something, and that's that they want to let go.